and earth Bible knew before science. The Bible reveals the process of planetary formation. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. 2. And the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The word Hebrew without form is used in the Bible to mean chaos, confusion, desolation, and waste place. The Hebrew word void is used to mean emptiness. 2. Science has shown planets form via a process called accretion, where small dust grains are in a state of chaos and confusion within a desolation or emptiness, whereby they collide to form bigger masses and collide again and again to form yet bigger bodies, which eventually become planets. 3. Currently an asteroid belt exists between Mars and Jupiter, containing mostly rocks and metal. Beyond Neptune lie what are called the Kuiper Belt and scattered disk composed mostly of ice, and beyond them exist sednoids, which are masses having unconventional and unexplained orbits. Confusion. The Bible states the sun was created first, not the earth. Genesis 1:3, and God said, "Let there be light, and there was light." 4. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. The first statement of creation begins in Genesis 1-3, "Let there be light," before any other statement of creation is made, which concludes with "and the evening and the morning were the first day." Thus light is the first of all creations and refers to the sun, as God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Throughout history it was believed geocentrism, everything centers around the earth, was true until Galileo Galilei in the 16th century tried to show this was not the case and was indicted for grave suspicion of heresy. We now know that everything centers around the sun, heliocentrism. As science has shown, the sun was created first, with planets building up mass via accretion and melting into planetary shapes while rotating around the sun due to its immense gravitational pull. The seas have been shown to exist in one place. Genesis 1:9, and God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear," and it was so. If the bodies of waters, oceans Atlantic, Pacific, etc., were in one place, this would assume that all land masses would also have to be in one place. Scientists have proven that a supercontinent once existed called Pangaea, where the existing continents were once gathered together into one form or body, thus making all seawater historically in one place. 7. If you look at the map below, you can see how the continents have drifted apart, and if you squeeze them together, how they fit uniformly together like puzzle pieces. It should be noted that new lands are constantly being created from volcanoes, some underwater, a notable example being Hawaii, or by tectonic plates crushing against each other, causing rocks to rise while being pushed upward by lava under the plates. The Bible reveals the earth, planets, and stars have a life expectancy. Psalms 102:25, "Of old hast thou laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the work of thy hands." 26, "They shall perish, but thou shalt endure, yea, all of them shall wax old like a garment, as a vesture shalt thou change them, and they shall be changed." Science has proven all suns, stars, have a life expectancy. When the hydrogen fusion within a sun stops, an explosion called supernova, for big stars, or emission nebula, swelling for small stars, occurs. See image below of a supernova. First picture, and emission nebula. Second picture, Our sun's core is expected to last approximately 5 billion years. 11. Because our sun is a small star, its emission nebula will swell to engulf the Earth, causing oceans to boil, the Earth's exterior to scorch, and the orbits of the Earth and Moon to change. After the Sun and Earth and Moon have deteriorated over time, The cyclical process of solar system formation will occur yet again from gravity pulling the remaining particles and pieces together to form new suns and new planets. 12. You can see how stars are birthed from dust and particle clouds in the photo below. As such, the heavens do perish and wax old like a garment and are changed like a vesture, clothing, into new forms. See also Psalm 72-7. In his days shall the righteous flourish, and abundance of peace so long as the moon endureth. Science has discovered smoke-like materials from black holes. Isaiah 51:6. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke. Called relativistic jets, smoke-like images have been discovered from black holes. See picture below. Relativistic jets are ionized, electrically charged, particles jetted out of the poles of black holes. Black holes are enormous galaxies or enormous suns collapsing on themselves due to the forces of gravity signaling the end of its existence. 13. An example would be two galaxies colliding due to their respective gravitational pulls and later turning into a black hole where gravity is so strong not even light can escape. See picture below. Science has proven the universe is constantly expanding. Isaiah 51:13, and forgettest the Lord thy Maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens, and laid the foundations of the earth. In 1927, a Roman Catholic priest named Georges Lemaître demonstrated the expansion of the universe. Recessional velocity, or the rate of astronomical objects moving away from the earth, was found to be greater as such objects were further from the earth. 14. Science has found the size of the universe indeterminable and the earth to have a molten core. Jeremiah 31:37, Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. The current diameter of the observable universe is 93 billion light-years. Light-years is how long light takes to travel to a certain point. However, it is unknown whether it exists further outward. 15. This is coupled with the fact the universe is constantly expanding and what we see now is not what would have existed earlier. In 1936, Layman discovered the core of the earth was made of molten iron and nickel. The Bible reveals the earth is round as opposed to flat. Isaiah 40:22, It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Of course, we now know the earth is round as opposed to flat. The Bible alludes to the age of the universe. Psalms 90:33, To him that trideth upon the heavens of heavens, which were of old. The furthest observable part of the universe is 46 billion light-years away. 16. What this means is that the light emitted from the edge of the universe took 46 billion light-years to travel to Earth, which also means the edge of the universe existed at least 46 billion light-years earlier. See also Psalms 90:4. For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past, and as a watch in the night. Science has found 4 major winds of the earth. Jeremiah 49:36, And upon Elam will I bring the 4 winds from the 4 quarters of heaven, and will scatter them toward all those winds, and there shall be no nation whither the outcasts of Elam shall not come. The Hebrew word heaven in the above verse is used in the Bible to refer to sky as well as the stars and planets beyond the sky. Called prevailing winds, 4 major surface winds gust in 4 separate sections of the earth, see image below. See also Daniel 8:8. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and 4 it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven. live forever. The Bible foretells of infinite longevity. Deuteronomy 11:21, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth. The Hebrew word heaven in the above verse is used in the Bible to describe the sky, stars and planets. 17. Most stars live between 1 billion and 10 billion years old, while some live to 13.8 years. 18. However, if stars and planets are made of matter, a fundamental law of physics states that matter does not disappear but merely changes into a different form, such as rock to dust or liquid to gas. 19. As such, it seems indeed possible to live forever. England from the 16th to 18th century had life expectancies of 33–40 years of age. Today, life expectancy in developed countries has more than doubled. 20. Life extensionists, immortalists or longevists, those who wish to achieve longer lives themselves, believe that future breakthroughs in tissue rejuvenation, stem cells, regenerative medicine, molecular repair, gene therapy, pharmaceuticals, and organ replacement, such as with artificial organs or xenotransplantations, will eventually enable humans to have indefinite lifespans. 21. See Isaiah 65:20, never again will there be in it an infant who lives but a few days, or an old man who does not live out his years. The one who dies at 100 will be thought a mere child, the one who fails to reach 100 will be considered accursed. NIV. Fair face. Science has found people with symmetrical faces are more attractive. Genesis 6:2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. KJV. Science has discovered facial symmetry, or how one side of the face mirrors exactly the other side, left and right, determines the attractiveness of an individual. 22. See image below. Knowledge revolution. More progress has been made than at any other time in history. Proverbs 2:6, for the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Genesis 28:14, and in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. The scientific revolution occurred in Europe from the 16th to 18th centuries and gave birth to modern science with developments in mathematics, physics, astronomy, biology, human anatomy, and chemistry. 23. European colonization of the world preceded this era, with Christopher Columbus in 1492 discovering America, Ferdinand Magellan discovering the Philippines, the Portuguese discovering Brazil. Portuguese is the official language of Brazil, and England colonizing North America, India, and other parts of the world where it was termed the empire on which the sun never sets. 24. The Industrial Revolution began in Great Britain, where many technological innovations were discovered, making Britain the world's wealthiest nation. 25. Hand production was replaced with machines in factories, gas was used to create flame lighting. Underwater tunnels were built, steam engines powered locomotives and ships, chemical processes were discovered, watches and clocks were manufactured, and modern roads and railroads constructed. 26. Besides an increase in quality of life, the population had also increased to unprecedented levels. 27. North America and Europe have also ushered in the current digital revolution, encompassing wireless communication and data travel, artificial intelligence, robots, self-driving cars, Siri, Google Assistant, and the Internet of Things, as well as advancements in biotechnology and disease elimination. 28. All disease has in fact virtually been eliminated except certain culturally difficult ones such as diabetes, obesity, etc. It should be noted that throughout human history, such accelerated progress has never occurred within a span of the above 700 years, with the greatest occurring within the last century as some believe. 29. All promises fulfilled. Archaeological proof of the Exodus has been discovered. Joshua 21:45, There failed not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken unto the house of Israel, all came to pass. The context of this verse is after Israel's conquering of the adjacent nations and the partitioning of the lands to the individual tribes. A documentary movie, Patterns of Evidence, provides archaeological proof of the events of the Exodus. From the settling of the Israelites in an area of Egypt to the existence of the Joseph's higher rule, to written accounts of the plagues, to Israel's conquests have all been evidenced. The movie is available on Google Play Store for a fee of $5. See play.google.com web link. Head not tail. Western civilization remains preeminent. Deuteronomy 28:13, And the Lord shall make thee the head, and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. Besides the colonization by Europe and the spread of their respective languages, it's worth noting the continuous and enduring nature of the hereditary monarchies of such European countries throughout history and their economic and military successes without any termination, with the United States, culturally similar, emerging as the current dominant world power. 30. See also Genesis 12:2, And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And Isaiah 33:6, And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, deliverance, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.